sharing your information, but also talking to other people on those sites and through those different services. And that includes even video, which we'll talk about in a minute. But basically, all of these are about getting a response from people and then responding to them and communicating back and forth rather than just broadcasting a message.
It's a lost opportunity if you're not there, because the dialogue both within the industry, and there's a lot of book industry chatter here and on Twitter, a lot of book industry chatter, but also with your customers, the dialogue is moving here. Is it moving entirely here? No, of course not. People are still talking on the phone to each other, and they're talking in person, and they're talking in letters and other ways, but some piece of human communication has moved here. And if you're not participating in it, you don't know what people are thinking, and you don't know what they're saying. Well, how do you use this as an effective sales and marketing tool? We're here to tell you it is not a sales and marketing tool. It can have that side benefit, but everything we're going to talk about for the next length of time is not about using this to sell. It's about using this to engage. It's about a conversation, a dialogue that you want to participate in because your colleagues across the country who are in bookselling and publishing, wherever, are talking in conversations in this realm, and your customers are having conversations in this realm. And you want to participate in those conversations.
How do you interact with people face to face and then carry that over into this world? So it's talking to people rather than talking at people, listening to what they have to say, what they're asking from your store, and just going from using that as a jumping off point, I think is a great way to start. Think about listening rather than talking. I think the best analogy I've heard of it is Ann Kingman, who's a Random House rep on the East Coast, is really savvy with social media and how it relates to book selling. And she likened it to a cocktail party, where people are just sort of talking, and you might be taking part of just a big general conversation, or you might be splitting off and talking in a little group about one specific subject, and then you find yourself in another little group about another subject. It's just a long streaming conversation between you and all the people that you follow and all the people who follow you. And I find myself following tons of book industry people, and I get so many ideas from this. Like at Winter Institute, we were all twittering about Winter Institute, but there were people who weren't at Winter Institute who were on that thread twittering as well. And it's just a great exchange of information, just a great resource for booksellers, but it's also a way to talk to your customers too. You're definitely going to be able to have a greater access to these people. And it's already happening. I mean, I'm friends with lots of authors who I met through the store, or I met because I mentioned them on the blog, and then they emailed me, and then we became best cyber buddies. And those kind of things are coming down, so feel free to talk to those people.
Patrick posted two things while I was talking. I didn't even see him doing it. He must have pulled out his phone, and from his phone, posted two things to Twitter. Check out the folks from SCIBA. There's a way to take any URL and shorten it. Typically, you go to something called tinyurl.com. It'll take big, long URLs and make them short. By the way, this has been scrolling, if you didn't figure out, this is allegedly, I don't know who these guys are, this is the total number of tweets since the inception of Twitter. So that's just the rolling tweet clock.
How to set up accounts on Facebook, how to set up a page, how to set up a Twitter account. All the terminology of Twitter is both in the ABA's guide to Twitter and as well as in the bound pamphlet that you have there. So
all of a sudden, we're able to have two-way communication again, and the era of one-way communication is dying, or if not, in fact, dead. And these tools are enabling that, and for you to participate in those conversations, you have to be here.